Whatever, life. Sorry, making sure that my freaking Twitch is still muted. Yes, indeed it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this wonderfully Celtic version of Fantasy Stories from the Seventh Shard.
God, why?
Because I hate you all. That's why.
That's a fucking line, you know it.
Only half. You tend to hate what you love.
The PTSD would like to disagree with you, dude.
So, when we last left off with our intrepid adventurers in Aperneus, Works got choke-slammed by a dole who revealed that after eating Nidhogg's scale, he could more or less replicate being a Wormlord to a minor extent for a very short period of time. And Works learned what Ockmorn tastes like.
It tastes like purple.
It tastes like death.
Yeah.
It tastes like ouch.
Following this, they had a very interesting excuse for what they did with their evening, which resulted in a lot of confusion and an Aesir walking out into town almost naked.
To beat up some poor hapless schmuck.
Or a potential
Well, not
rapist, one or the
hapless. I was going to say, probably not hapless. You'll probably target someone worth beating up, but...
That's fair.
So, on the other end, the night ended with the group preparing to enter into team combat, with Rowan Darksbane receiving an unexpected visitor in her dreams. As she lay in bed slumbering comfortably, she found herself whisked finally into the presence of the great solar dragon that has been watching over her for so long. And after a long period of the creature more or less picking up the spoken language, or rather the common language of Eorzea through mimicking of Rowan's own words, it spoke to her and revealed its intentions for her, telling Rowan that she was more or less a vessel for its spirit and the only being on the planet that could be so, that it had aged to the point where its body could no longer contain itself, and without restoration, the star that gave life to Hydaelyn and the entire world would go out, and thus Rowan would be the spark of rebirth for it.
No pressure.
Assuaging some of her worries and the whatnot that went along with that, the creature did explain that Nar, or Nyarlathotep, Rowan's baby dragon, was a byproduct of this, as Rowan's body still could not contain the fullness of this creature. So they are not exactly the same thing, but they are part of one another. Additionally, the dragon had a gift for Rowan, or rather two gifts. The first being the return of Geralt and Jolene, who revealed that their spirits clung to her after she had, quote-unquote, released them from undeath down in the crypts of Tamtera. And that Geralt, being the dramatic man that he is, was looking for the perfect time to come back. But Jolene, being more sensible, kind of slap sends it to him. After this, Rowan got to experience a lucid dream where she could speak to dream variants of her family, her friends, loved ones, and yes, even the agents of mayhem.
Thanks.
Thanks, I hate it.
Much to many of the players' chagrin as I voice their characters in these moments.
Nah, they just revealing secrets. How dare.
Dream Agent still dying in their dream sleep.
So, we pick up with the morning breaking over the Agents of Mayhem, each finding themselves, with the exception of Kato, Works, and Yedrin. So, half of them waking up to find themselves wrapped up in the embrace or curled against an individual they care deeply about. Fionn with Skull, a very confused Skull at this time. Dak with an adult with a few more marks on his body than normal, but at this point it is par for the course. And Rowan with Niar. So, Agents of Mayhem. You all awaken rested, refreshed, and with breakfast waiting for you on your bedsides. The day is young, possibly about 7:30 a.m. And you have many hours before you have to report to team combat. What would you like to do?
Sleep in.
World can screw off, snuggle, snuggle.
Exactly.
I mean, after having breakfast in bed with a doll, get my
does not
spells.
wake up. He's just kind of like,
Okay, with a doll next to her, how's that? Gets her spells ready, and then just heads down after tucking in date.
he just kind of very quietly like
Ah, kidding.
pulls the covers up a little bit tighter around himself.
She like kisses his head, and then she heads down with Scotch and Millie.
Okay. Fiona has slept in. What's up with the rest of y'all?
Probably end up having breakfast sitting down himself.
Okay. So Yedrin gets up, and there's this like moment of roll a will save, Yedrin.
Ooh.
Yeah, Yedrin, there's this moment of where you pause, you get up, and you're just like, somebody talked. And you're not sure why, but you find your teeth on edge.
They know.
That's gonna end up bugging him the whole day, probably.
You look over on the counter and you see that there is an entire like rope of sausages over there. They are intermixed between being like chicken and feta sausages with spinach, blueberry and maple sausages, and what looks to be like Eorzea's variant of chorizo sausages. There's a big bowl of gravy, 6 fist-sized fluffy buttermilk biscuits, an entire gallon of orange juice, and a gallon of milk, a stack of pancakes, butter, syrup, a plate of bacon, and 6 eggs. All cooked sunny side up. They are still sizzling.
Well, there's probably end up enjoying their breakfast, and we'll see whoever is downstairs in probably a few minutes.
Kato, what are you doing?
Eaten.
Okay. Kato, you have a, I forget the word for it. It's like a Greek breakfast bowl. Masali? Yeah. Masili?
Lusaka?
Hang on.
So, Kato was probably awake
Okay,
when it was
it's-
given.
Muesli.
Muesli?
Muesli. Yes. Muesli. Essentially, it's like grains and fruits, seeds, dried cherries, rolled oats with yogurt. So you've got that, and then you've got like two sausage links as big as your hand, and 2 eggs. You've also got like an entire plate of rolling berries. So you just eat and go downstairs?
Yep.
Okay. Works. What do you want to do in the morning?
Gets up a little earlier than usual, grabs his breakfast, then heads out to do a little.
Being
early
the
morning
red-blooded American-ish guardian that you are, Workson, you find yourself with the cowboy breakfast. A 16-ounce sirloin steak cooked medium rare, swimming in butter, topped on hash browns. 3 eggs were scrambled and lightly fried and crispy on the edges. A pint of beer to go with your orange juice.
Beer this early?
I mean, that sounds pretty American to me.
You've also got a side platter of a harissa ketchup to go on them there eggs and hash browns. Harissa being a cayenne pepper mixture.
Good, I can get the runs in the morning.
Typically found in African countries. And last but not least, pried off of your steak and set aside separately are 12 slices of crispy bacon.
The orc sits there and enjoys his massive amount of protein breakfast. And after his duel with the dole and to get his mind on a few things, is feeling a little more invigorated in the morning
All right.
and decides to go out and get in some early morning training.
Do you drink the beer or no?
No.
Okay.
Not
Good
this
call.
early in the morning.
Roll a perception then as you like look over it.
I don't know what kind of alcohol you take me for.
You do know that it's basically like the beer mixture that they had on The Wire. I don't know if you've seen that, or like the Rocky one, where it's like a beer. It's like an egg in a beer.
Never heard of that.
Gross.
Does not sound any more appetizing though.
It's not meant to be. It's supposed to just be like mass protein.
Mass protein, you say? Cluck, 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 cluck.
You gotta get them gains, works!
Ah! I gotta go get swole! Ah!
Please do not get swole again. If you blow up next time, I'm not helping.
You didn't help last time.
Okay, so that leaves Rowan. What you doing?
Well, Rowan's gonna eat too, because she's assuming there's at least bacon on that platter.
It's all bacon.
For you, Rowan, it is.
It's all bacon.
It's basically it's half a frittata wrapped in bacon with bacon inside of it, and with 4 different types of cheeses in it.
So I'm going to enjoy my bacon. Of course, I'm sharing it with my baby. And then I'm going to head downstairs.
Okay. You guys all come downstairs like a little uncomfortably full, except for Yedrin.
Oh, I'm not, because I shared it with the dragon. Probably ate most of it. And I got my gun.
This is fair. Yes, Rowan, you do look down and the gun is like... While the gun doesn't appear at first, when you think about it, it just appears around your hip. And assuming you try to call to it before you get dressed, it basically forms like a stocking holster about you. And it comes on top of whatever you happen to be wearing at the time.
Okay.
And then it just kind of, if you stop focusing on it, it fades out.
And the baby's hiding in my hair.
It's a big thing to hide in your hair.
The baby.
Hey, hiding friends in hair club.
Well, no, he's not. He hasn't gotten that big yet. He didn't grow yet.
Well, he started out the size of like an actual human child.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, at this point, he's how big is Cat?
how big is Cat?
Yeah.
She's about 4 feet and about 60 pounds.
The Gnar at this point is probably about the size of Cat.
Yeah, that is not fitting on my shoulder.
I was thinking the size of a cat.
No,
I-
Gnar is
Funny.
big.
Okay.
The big kid.
Big baby.
When Gnar started out probably about 30 pounds and 2 feet long. When he got hunger
Yeah.
pains on the airship, he doubled in size.
Oh.
Then I think for the sake of things, he'll be back inside of me.
Okay. Now, I mean, if I wanted to go by how big he should have been based on solar dragon eggs, he should have been born the size of the fucking inn.
Oh yeah, that would be hard to hide.
Ow.
Okay, now here's a gift from Auntie Deck. Wear this hat.
Yeah, they're supposed to be born at gargantuan or colossal size.
Also, I'm sorry if I hurt your ears, Kato.
No. I just meant like born the size of the N.
Oh, okay. I thought you said ow because I made the squeakies.
Just meant like giving birth to something the size of an N.
The thing's the size of the sun.
Yeah.
Oh. just a little tiny thing.
Considering I'm the only one who's actually given birth, it doesn't matter how small they are. That fucking hurts.
I mean, I would imagine for a dragon that size, that would be like passing a kidney stone.
God.
Not even.
You know, I really hate it when men say, "Ooh, it's just, I passed a kidney stone."
I have never passed a kidney stone. I was saying for a size comparison.
I'm like, Jesus H. No, you don't. Your legs get. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm good.
I would never attempt to compare that shit.
Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna stop now.
Okay. Anyway, you're all downstairs with the exception of Fiona, who's decided snuggle's more important than everything else right now.
I mean, that's fair.
Very fair. Hi guys. Team combat's today, right?
Yeah, but it's. I think we still got a good bit of time. I think for comparison's sake, I'll like how long? You said a good while. Like how long would you say?
I said it was like 7:30 in the morning when you all got up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably it takes you about like 30, 40 minutes to eat and get prepared. You've probably got a good like 6 hours.
Oh, so it's like 2 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
You got.
We're patting her hip just to see if anybody notices it. You know, she's just tapping it. She goes, so what are we going to do until 2 o'clock?
I mean, we can enjoy Opernaeus if we want. I had some plans I need to prepare.
I mean, this was supposed to be partialification, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, to some people, beating up friends is a vacation. Not really.
Walking vacation. How would that?
I don't know. I've had some fun. I mean, regardless of getting knocked out in the first couple rounds. The boat was fun.
The boat was the boat was interesting, and I guess we can't compete in that next time.
Well, I mean, we could probably compete next time. We just have to have a different strategy.
True.
I don't think they intended for us to use you as a beast of burden. No matter how fast you swim.
While you guys are having this conversation, can I get everybody to roll a perception that's downstairs?
Are we all perception? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
All of us
Everyone's
are downstairs.
It's not paying attention at all.
Yedrin's like, I don't know why, but something inside of Rowan needs to die.
Rowan's focused on that gun, I guess.
Rowan is like, I had such a great night. Why is no one commenting on how cool the gun is on my hip? Why is Yedrin looking at me like that?
Why did Yedrin's eyes suddenly look at me and then slit like a lizard?
It's like, why am I suddenly very afraid I'm about to die?
Why is Hunt giving the murder eye?
Why is Hunt looking at me like I stole his skill pouch?
I think Rowan knows if she had done that, there would be nothing left of her.
Oh, he would cry.
My precious.
I'm sure I good licks.
Let's see. Kato
Mine's
works.
a 38.
Yeah. Kato works and Kato works and Dak. Look
Wait,
around.
I didn't roll. Wait, I didn't roll perception.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
No, that was for the beer.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Then roll again, you fool.
Then why does it?
I thought I was out.
Oh, did you leave? I thought you just came down.
Yeah. I said I got up earlier and left before everyone else woke up.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay.
My bad. My bad, boo.
Never say that again.
Okay, boo.
Oh God.
Now I know how to get under your skin.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
because you don't know 100 ways already.
Bahamut has a new nickname for you.
Oof.
Would you
Let's
prefer
see.
that or Bay?
Oh.
Uh,
god, Jesus Christ.
I'd usually say hon or babe, but okay.
I'm fine with that, but wait. Oh, you're my bae now. No, get the fuck out of my house.
Get out. Don't ever call me Polish for little shit. Regardless,
Okay,
Kato and Dak.
Mhm.
The two of you look around and you do note that Rowan now has a 6-shooter on her hip. You also note that Ark and the Garlean almost prince are both kind of like sitting at the bar and they're already drinking. And they seem to be having like a very awkward, haphazard conversation with each other. Excuse me.
Just gonna listen in for giggles.
Okay. You listen in for about 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And they're whispering to one another,
Mm-hmm.
more or less. And it takes you about 15 seconds to start getting red in the face. As they're discussing political marriages.
Great.
And how they usually work. And they are essentially discussing the Vorilian princess that Ark has been sleeping with,
Mm.
and the potentiality of hooking her up with Garlemald.
Oh dear.
And there's a lot of very flavorful language being tossed about by two men who clearly know what they're doing.
Pigs.
And it's mostly, as you're like listening in, it's mostly you getting that Ark is telling him, no, that's a really stupid fucking idea. And then getting countered with, but what if I do this? And him going,
Did I fucking stutter?
did I stutter? No, but thank you for the tip.
God.
And then explaining how to do it better.
Okay, gonna ignore that entire conversation. Well, I have lots of time to kill. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I don't have any plans in particular. But did you have any good ideas?
Is that towards me?
Yeah.
Oh, not really. I mean, she just got a big pause and just looks like she's trying to think. I kind of wanted to ask Adol if he wanted to go out on a date somewhere. Because it's kind of... Shut up, Kato!
There's a sudden to the back of Kato's head.
Motherfucker.
What?
It rattles your brain quite hard.
No.
That was excessive.
Turn, it's Azir standing behind you.
I stand by my statement.
Yeah, but gonna say that when like the entire A tribe is there, basically. That's like this. That's like there's no break.
All I giggled about was
A date with Day, yes.
Date with Date. That's it.
He's just like looks at you and like there's this kind of like moment where it's like, can I slap him so hard that I cancel out the original slap?
That's not how that works.
It's like, doesn't work that way.
It's not how that works. It's not how any of this works.
He does not apologize, but he does look like, okay, mistakes were made.
But yeah, I mean, it's basically our anniversary, give or take. Just wanted to do something nice for him.
Well, in that case, I won't interrupt that, and I'll leave that up to you. There's a whole city to entertain myself with. I'm just not sure what to do.
I know, right?
You suddenly like hear a come down the stairs, and there's like this old-looking man with a cane. He goes, Edrin, well, you could always join me going and seeing a play. The playhouse is quite fascinating.
Hi, Knock.
What's up?
Yeah, there would have been an anniversary for me this year, but no.
Oh. And Dak looks uncomfortable.
It's for the best. We're fine.
Oh.
You see at this point, Ark and the prince, the princeling, he's not actually a prince.
Princeling.
Ark and Vel just kind of like turn, look at that. They both raise an eyebrow at one another, shrug and take a shot, then leave.
Out of character. Men. Yeah, whatever. Oh.
Sense motive, Dak.
Sense motive.
You realize that they are leaving to go check on Works to make sure he's okay.
Aww.
Fine, okay.
Mentally.
Well, he didn't drink that beer, so.
I think you mean emotionally. We all know he's not.
Theo,
He's not okay mentally.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to him later.
I
Anyways,
assume you come downstairs, Fiona?
Yes.
Okay. You had a breakfast of a piping hot damel gratin to be breakfast flavored. It's got nice crispy chunks of bacon floating around with sausage and egg, thick layer of cheese melted on the top, all kind of cooked down and with a, instead of potato, it's a grit version. It's a grits version. Very buttery. Very rich. You feel like after eating breakfast, you need a nap.
Slept in, had breakfast, had another nap.
Had second breakfast.
Yeah.
Had another nap.
Sounds like my
You took
kind of day.
But yes, you come downstairs just in time to see Vel and Ark leaving together. Roll a perception as you come downstairs.
Kind of sounds like our days now, right?
God.
Yeah, with a 38, you are quick to note that, yeah, Rowan has a gun on her hip. Works isn't around. And everyone else is kind of there, has been chit-chatting a bit. And you caught like the tail end of Dak talking about anniversary stuff.
Good morning. I see everybody is up and about and well, packing a few new surprises.
Huh?
Rowan has
I'll
a
take it.
gun.
Oh, when did you get that?
Had a magic bullshit going on last night after a conversation with somebody. So yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Should I go check on Works' room?
Maybe?
Wow.
Yeah,
I
really,
checked.
wow.
While Works and I have broken up, I did not kill him. As far as I know, he's perfectly fine. I don't know where he is at the moment, but I didn't kill him. Like, I know where he is. I didn't kill him, I swear.
Wouldn't me.
Now Shaggy's
I
in my
need
head.
to help you work on your alibi some more, Rowan. Leon smirks and sits down.
But I swear, I didn't do anything.
Leon, you sit down and you find yourself like seated next to Azier, who just like looks at you for a second, leans over a little bit, kind of squints his eyes at you, pulls back, and just pats your head.
Well, we I was just discussing what to do with our days, and I just got an invitation to go see play, I believe it was.
Yeah, you just knocked around. It's like, yes, play.
What kind of play?
I believe it is a reproduction of "I Want to Be Your Canary."
Do what?
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do.
I need to.
Okay.
I need to find a nice place to eat.
Oh, since you're gonna go talk to Works later, ask him to remember the name of the restaurant that we went to last year. It was beautiful. It was amazing. You'll love it. It's a little pricey according to Works, but he'll fill you in on it. As she looks at Fionn, I did not kill the idiot last night.
But you thought about it?
I did not kill the idiot last time, although it was well within my rights. I love you, Works. I don't want to do anything too fancy, I guess. I'll see. I'll ask Works. Thank you.
So yeah, so
Hello, Echo.
just very interesting dreaming last night.
Hmm?
Yeah, I in dreaming. And it appears as though Marcel's mother and father have been attached to me ever since the incident in Tamtara.
Oh.
And the gun is a gift.
Huh.
Baby.
So yeah, quite an interesting evening, and I didn't even need the experience for it.
Huh. Well, Dreams have not been kind lately. They tend to be strange.
Well, I will tell you that the dragon was the size and hugging the sun.
Oh.
And there's a lot of things about me being a vessel, but not strong enough to contain me. I'm confused. We'll have to talk about it another time. was quite emotional. Then I had another part where I saw all of you. You were all in my dream. We had interesting conversations. She takes a peek over at Hunt, but she doesn't say anything. It was enlightening in regards to a few, but nothing too crazy or serious.
Huh. My curiosity in me wonders, but I don't know.
Dreams can be quite interesting things sometimes.
Honestly, I think it was more my subconscious trying to calm me down.
Yeah.
Azir pipes up. Dreams can often be gateways into demon planes, letting you see what could have been.
Could also be a result of Heidelin's hissy fit.
Mhm.
True, that cannot be discounted.
Well, seeing how I walked away with something physical, I'm not so 100% sure. Everything in my dream, especially in regards to all of us, may have been incorrect. And again, she looks over at Hunt.
Now I'm curious, what did you hear about Hunt? Because you keep looking over at her.
Did you see the murder eyes that Hunt was giving me a little while ago? So I'm just making sure that she doesn't try to eat me.
I'm afraid I must have missed that.
So it's
Out of character, she's not saying jack, because, even though she could get a few hits in, she knows that she's going to go down. She isn't stupid.
sorry for
I have the
the.
ability to cast fly. And that's it. I'm just gonna fly away.
Oh yeah, I'll fly real fast.
Sorry about the look I was giving you earlier. It's just something's been feeling a bit off since I woke up. That might explain it. Maybe.
Well, seeing how I'm pretty sure most of it was in my subconscious, and probably just my subconscious mind talking to me and maybe humanizing, because, quite honestly, you were in a dress. You looked in your little sundress. So I'm going to take thing as it with a grain of salt, and I'm just going to take it as is. There's really nothing to discuss.
Okay.
Rowan is not saying a word.
I can't say much. My dream was just blank. Feel nice though.
I think I might enjoy the sun. I think I might go take a walk outside of the city.
Oh, there's a lot of really nice wooded areas nearby.
No, I don't want a wooded area. I need a wide open area. I just want to soak in the sun.
I was gonna say, you really want to send her into a forest alone?
Mm-hmm.
She just tapped her finger on her gun.
Well, yeah. A lot of the stuff I'm trying to plan is actually stuff I don't need money for, so that's good.
Macabre opera.
Yes.
Aw.
Kete.
You'll make
Well.
It's going to be interesting working at home with you.
Yeah, what was that?
I was just beginning of the
Okay.
game.
So, at this point, Knockcramp kind of like takes Yedrin and Kato and goes, "All right, boys and girls, Granddad is going to take you to a play now."
You have fun, all of you.
Snorts a little.
I hope you get candy out of this.
He at that point reaches into his pocket and pulls out 2 like hard caramels and hands them to them.
Hell yeah. That's the good stuff.
I was
He
gonna
looks,
say,
he looks over at Dak and he like tosses one that's like wrapped up and looks like a strawberry.
I love those.
I get this.
Fucking love those things.
They're okay.
Sacrilege.
I have to be in the right mood for them.
Okay. But yeah, he walks out with the 2 of them, so that leaves Dak with Rowan and Fionn.
Oh.
But while you guys figure out that, works.
Yes.
Where did you go in the city?
He went a little outside the city.
In the harbor direction? The Gridanian direction? Inland
Gridania.
or toward Ul'dah?
I guess towards Gridania, like more the heavily forested areas.
Okay. You have left the city at this point, walked outside, and as you're looking around, you're seeing various parts of the woods that you haven't seen since the last time you came out here with Fandaniel. Think about that. It's been a fucking year since you've been on this road. And as you're walking around, you hear a whoosh, 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 whoosh. Sort of like this leathery sound. Like it's flapping.
I'm gonna see what it is. Maybe.
Okay, so you go in to move closer. Roll a perception because it kind of sounds like it's coming from various different places.
I already did.
I was changing the music. And also it didn't roll because I do not see anything.
19.
Okay. One moment while I get the music up. Nope, that is not right. I've got to clear some of this out and get new shit. So, works as you start to head in deeper into the woods, slowly wandering further and further in. The sound of the flapping gets a little louder. Then you hear the jangle of armor on someone's body. Several bodies. The flapping gets a little louder. You keep going. There's a scent of brimstone in the air now. Sulfur. It stings your nose. The coppery scent of blood. Several seconds later, a spark of fire, heat, comes off in the distance. Another flap of leathery wings. You keep moving further in. The sound of the armor gets louder. Steel rings on steel. And as you approach a clearing, Roll a stealth check.
Oh god.
Not bad.
Yeah?
You approach, crouch, fall into a knot, and hide yourself against the wood. You look over, and you can see 6 individuals, all of them clad in black, repeatedly stabbing a white dragon into the ground. Nearby, a green one lays grievously injured, clawed over, and rather obviously dead. As you watch each of them very mechanically and with great purpose stab out the eyes, they pull back, reclaim them, and stuff them into bags. You look forward, and you can see the telltale signs of wormlords upon each of them. Their necks, hands, in some cases, some of them have additional body parts that would not be normal on their bodies, indicating their status. But on the armor of each of them, you can see planted in the center of the chest plate the bright red eye of Nidhogg. Veins running slowly with the slit coming out. It throbs and moves as if it was the actual eye.
7 hells.
Roll another perception, Marks.
God damn
You're a
it.
little too shocked in the moment to make out any of the finer details. You can see the eyes on their chests kind of moving about. Several of them have wings kind of starting to sprout. And you, in the moment, pressed against the wood, hear them say, "It's not enough. We'll need more." How many do you think? I couldn't begin to guess. 100? No. This size? 300? 400? Possibly 500? It'll take time to find that many. I agree. But think of the reward that comes after. The patron will surely bless us for wondrous service and the calling of traitors. At that point, the group laughs and they all take flight on blackest wings of night and shoot off over the forest.
Are they trying to resurrect Nidhogg? Or something worse? What do I feel like I just stepped into something really big? Could I inspect the body of the dragon?
Sure. You get up and walk over after a few minutes, making sure that they
Are
Are-
actually gone.
are gone. Yeah. But you make your way over the dragons.
And I'm going to take like as much time to really like,
You take 20.
yeah.
You look around, and as you're doing this, you see that based on how the dragons are injured, that these individuals played with these dragons. They didn't kill them, they made them suffer. With the green one over in the distance, you can guess by the size of it, it was probably somewhere in the mature adult to ancient range. And by the cuts and how they have healed and the like, they purposefully took off sections of its claws. Like, cut off the fingers, knot by knot, instead of killing it quickly. Just to make it suffer. And then when they finally had gotten it down and taken one of its legs, they clipped its wings and they let it bleed out for hours before they finally took its eyes. With the white one, it seems they were much faster, but there's not much left of its body to even examine. By the looks of it, they basically took the wings, then held it down and stabbed it repeatedly over and over and over and over again until it's hard to tell that this dragon was even white at one point.
I might not be the biggest fan of dragons, but this is just. I don't even think brutal is. I don't think brutal is a strong enough word.
You look up at that point, and that's when you see kind of like the depth of the depravity that this group went to. You see a clutch of about 75 eggs shattered. The remains of the dragons split in half and all of their eyes pulled out.
Bahamut? Just how strong are dragons' eyes? And why would a group need so many?
Bahamut kind of goes, "Give me a moment while I collect the burning disgust in the back of my throat." The dragon's eye, especially an older dragon's eye, is a gateway of unparalleled aether in any mortal race. It holds the key to vast, vast amounts of magic. If I were to make a comparison, Works, and in my prime, a single one of my eyes would have been worth 10 mountains worth of crystals.
Holy shit.
In other words, one of my eyes has about the same valuation of aether as the entirety of the Crystal Tower.
That is very awesome, but also very concerning.
These younger ones, nowhere near as powerful, but from what you heard in the gathering that they were doing, I know not what they plan. But these children, these unborn, their eyes would be not more than a single crystal. This was done purely out of blind hate and wrath.
is there anything bigger than you, Nidhogg, Midgard Summer, that they would need this much ether to collect to summon?
Not that is general knowledge. But if they seek to summon Primal through this, this could be concerning.
That's gonna be one hell of a primal.
For now, we have no leads, so perhaps it's best to inform your companions.
That was the plan. I feel like we just stepped into something a lot bigger.
Isn't that what we always do?
Guess it's what we're best at. And,
Then I'll bring our fury to bear in time.
yeah, because I'm feeling a little bit right now. Why don't we got the contest coming up today. Let's aim a little bit of that the unlucky son of a bitch that gets us standing in our way.
I'd rather not bring it against an innocent in this matter. But my power is yours to use.
We'll find out what's going on with this.
You've matured a bit. I like it.
I think you and a few others are starting to have a bit of a yeah, that happened.
Yep.
Roll 20!
I just saw everybody disappear.
Same. Look at the stream, it's just me sitting by myself.
Let me see, I see Elfie.
I see Elfie and you.
I don't see you yet.
Pathfinder, or Stories of the Seventh Shard, Quarantine Edition.
It's the 13th ASEAN COVID-19.
The 19th Ancient.
We don't talk about him much.
Opera.
Alright, so where were we?
You were angry, and you were like, "I'm going to use Bahamut on people in the team combat." And Bahamut's like, innocent people."
Well, they can't die.
What if their doojiggers fall off? Like, who's fell off?
Vel's.
I know someone's fell off.
Vel.
Yeah, that is true. Alright, well, let's get back to the group at least.
Alright.
We'll figure this all out as we can.
Start heading back into the city. And as you come back through the gates, you actually do see Ark and Vel kind of looking around quizzically. They're talking to a few people and they stop ask a question, and a guy points directly at you, and they both turn and look and go, hold their hand up and wave.
Walk over.
Oh, you went full robot.
Yeah.
Does not compute.
That's better.
I said, what's going on, guys?
Oh, well, Ark is the one that answers. Well, Vel and I. You've met Vel, right?
Not formally.
You had dinner with him.
Okay.
If you insist.
It's hard to keep track of people. I'm also not the best with names.
It's the Garlean guy that was basically the head of the whole group of northern people.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the fight to Garth.
Yeah.
It just goes, well, anyway, Rowan and the rest of the group had a conversation. We kind of heard a good bit of it, and we heard that the two of you weren't an item anymore. We were making sure you were alive because she had a gun.
Did not know about the gun, but yes, I'm alive.
Also, I just want to make sure you were all well. I wanted to make sure you were all right. Vel's just tagging along.
Yeah, you and I both know this was a long time coming.
I mean, we talked about it, yes, but I didn't think you would
Actually do it.
make the move that soon.
I think we both came to an agreement really fast.
That's fair. That's very fair. Well, now that I know that you are all right, I think I'm going to go have another drink, get a massage, and, be ready for what's coming.
I let Vel get a few steps ahead and I pull Ark aside.
Yes.
When you get a chance, there's corpses outside of town.
That's more a doll's thing.
Look, I know you're connected. You have a lot of. It's draconic in nature.
It kind of just goes, okay, I can go look at it. Still more a doll's thing, but I understand.
If you want to take him along with you. But let's just say I found some beings of interest, and upon inspecting the bodies of dragons, all their eyes were removed.
He scratches his chin for a moment. Okay. Well, that's different. I mean, there are Ishgardians here. Couldn't you talk to them about it?
I don't think they'd be as interested in the preservation of dragons as I am.
Well,
currently.
Not the. I don't mean from the aspect of preserving them. I just mean from the aspect of understanding what the fuck is going on.
That's true, but with you and your thing, and
there is quite the difference between a primal and an.
Okay, but at the same time, you have more of an understanding of Aether and all this other stuff that I don't.
I'll go take a look. Okay. No promises.
I'm trying to create a web of knowledge at this point.
I mean, you said the eyes were gone, right?
Yeah. Every last one.
I mean, I guess they were going for Aether, but I don't know. It's a lot easier to hit a fucking rock than it is to take a dragon eye.
Yeah. Like I said, all I'm trying to do is kind of, you know, start like a web of trying to gain knowledge here.
Okay. I will, I'll go look.
I'll see if I can find some of the Heaven's Ward throughout the day.
Alright.
Sure, run into them in the tournament.
And he just kind of nods and says, "Good luck." And starts heading off in the direction you pointed him.
Walks in to the inn.
Okay. Let's say at that point, everyone's probably left. Doing other shit today. Kato and Yedrin.
Yes.
The two of you cross the city. As you do so, and begin looking about rather slowly for a little while, kind of just enjoying the sunshine and everything else, I need the two of you to roll a perception.
$20.
Okay, Kato, you're kind of like a little too busy looking about, just enjoying the sights and the sounds of the city, smelling the salty air, just kind of finding yourself relaxed in the moment. The world is more or less at peace for you. And you look up and you can actually see, because it's still early enough, you can still see like a few of the brighter stars in the blue sky. You can see the moon off in the distance. Yedrin, with your 36, you kind of stop and blink for a few times. You hear Knock Cramp talking, and then you start to feel the world kind of like slow around you. Kato opens his mouth to mention that you can still see the moon, and it slows down and it becomes sort of this garbled.
Wasn't me this time.
Okay. And as all this is going on, you look forward through the crowd, and it seems to part for a moment as a very long shadow stretches in the morning sun, falling across the pathway and landing right on you. And before you, you can see a red-skinned Ara with jet black horns, piercing green eyes, and fang-like teeth looking at you. Just straight ahead. Dressed in normal attire, but with 4 katana on his hips. And across his arm appears to be what would be like essentially like Catholic rosary or Buddhist prayer beads wrapped from shoulder all the way around in a very tight coil down to his wrist, twined around the middle finger, and then goes all the way back up in the coil again. Yedrin, you know from your past experience, each bead on that bead represents a Yoni that this individual has killed. And slowly, time seems to go back to normal. He takes a step, goes behind one individual. That individual lingers for 2 seconds. And where he should be stepping next is gone. The shadow vanishes without a trace. It's at that point, faint smell wafts through the air, and there's a raucous laugh in the distance. You start to turn your head again and look about. You hear several crows calling. You see 3 of them fly away, a few feathers drifting back towards the ground. And in this moment of hypersensitivity, you hear a set of cat's paws drop and hit the ground about 40 feet away. You turn and look, and you see 4 masked individuals standing behind where the cat landed. Each of them even quieter than the cat. Their faces obscured by masks of different animal shapes. Foxes, lions, cats. Bright yellow eyes look at you for a moment and then drift back into the shadows, disappearing again. And you feel anger start to well up inside of you. Very faint pain coming to your forehead as you can feel the bony extrusions of new horns begging to burst out of the skin. Hatred. A need to kill. A ravenous hunger boils inside of you and then slowly dies down. And just like that, all traces of this moment, of these pursuers, ends. And you are once again just on a pleasant walk in the middle of Operness. If you're saying anything, Edrin, we still can't. I haven't heard anything.
I have no idea what to say besides I hate like a it's a freaking vacation. That's gonna be the problem for next month.
Kato, roll a perception again.
Yeah, so I just no idea what to say to that besides god damn.
You do turn, and you can see like Yedrin now has a visible look of concern on her face after that entire event, and you did get the moment of, oh fuck, she's going to kill somebody.
What happened?
Let's just leave that spotted some ninjas.
The hunting you kind of ninjas? Or other ninjas?
And
I'll take that as a yes.
let's just leave that. I wanted to enjoy vacation.
Good luck with that.
Not crap, kind of like turns and goes, well, we're at the play. Who did you kill? What'd you do?
Nothing and no one yet. I'm hoping let's let Roy work this for now because I don't feel like dealing with that in a city. Let's just go enjoy the play.
Okay. Do you want another caramel?
You know what? Yes, please.
He just reaches into his pocket. You like at that point, it like takes out 3 and just drops them into your hands.
And it's gonna just try to enjoy the caramel and get back into enjoying the vacation. It'll figure out how to hunt down and kill ninjas later.
Alright. You all enter into the playhouse. You sit down and you begin watching the 3-hour play. Fionn,
Oh boy.
what are you doing with your day?
Fiona at this point is probably laying low until the tournament because she does not want to deal with the amount of fans the party has accrued.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you're staying in.
Pretty much.
Okay. You have a pleasant afternoon with Skull, who, after the conversation with his mother and his father, is not really much in the mood to do anything. Like, he doesn't even really want to get out of bed, sort of deal. Like, he's happy snuggling. He's not despondent. He's just like, I don't want to be around people right now. Just you.
Just as well that I'm still having trouble processing all of that.
Yeah. It kind of just puts his head in your lap.
Fiona strokes Skull's head gently. At least we have its moments of respite together.
I don't know what I'd do without you. Definitely wouldn't be handling this as well.
She nods gently.
And he just kind of takes a deep sigh and goes, I didn't really sleep last night.
I can understand. Not only because of all the ramifications of this, but all the noise the others were making last.
To be honest, I didn't even hear them. I was so stuck in my own head.
Just as well, it was just the usual antics.
And usual antics would have been a welcome respite. At least I would have gotten a chuckle or two out of them.
Well, maybe Brooks caught on the others can regale what happened. What they say happened.
Well, possibly. So long as it wasn't too stupid.
Honestly, it seemed stupid enough for them to be willing to admit it, but not so stupid that they were trying to hide it.
That's... par the course.
A relatively. Now that I'm thinking about it, does seem somewhat suspicious.
I'd rather not think too deeply on it. He just kind of like rolls over, grabs you.
Don't worry about it.
Just kind of pulls down, and buries his face into your shoulder, then to your hair.
He nestles in against Skull's side and strokes his head.
He just goes, "Oh, I'll figure things out as we go. It's just a lot at once, and thought I was old enough that there were no more surprises to be had."
Honestly, in my experience, one has to be as old as 12 themselves in order to have seen it all.
I suppose so. And he kind of just smiles and cracks a joke. Who would have ever thought a young wisp like you would ever love an old fogey like me?
Foggy.
Come now, you're a sweet young man deep down.
He just kind of laughs and holds tighter. Close my eyes for a bit now.
Alright, I'm not going anywhere.
He just squeezes tighter.
She hugs him back.
Rowan,
I love you, Skull.
I love you too, Fiona. I love you all.
Mhm.
Rowan, what did you decide to do with your day?
I headed outside of town, or I was going to head outside of town. Looking
Okay.
for a night. Oh, just to relax, bask in the sun.
Which direction did you go?
Toward Gridania.
Okay. No. So, Rowan, as you head out toward Gridania, you essentially just miss Works by a couple minutes. Walking slowly down the pathway, like you're heading toward the homestead. And as you keep going and walking about, kind of getting lost in the warmth of the day.
Oh, please don't let me come across dragon carcasses, please. I'll be burnt things.
You end up far enough inward that you come across the very large lake outside of Gridania, connected to the connected to the Carline Canopy and connected to Falgurt Float, if I'm getting those names right.
Mm-hmm.
You come across that river and that lake, and as you're looking out over it, you look across the pathways and you look out across the forest, and you get kind of like lost in the beauty of it for a moment. And well off in the distance, having traveled a fair bit, since you can walk rather far and, well, it's forested for a while, this area is very cleared out. You look up and you can see Hoke off in the distance. Or rather, you can see Hoke Manor well off in the distance. Just kind of like the tip of it poking up above the trees.
Oh, Hawk Manor. Okay.
Yeah, Hawk Manor. I call it Hoke. I thought that's how it was pronounced.
Either way.
Just as long as I know which one we're talking about, we're good.
Yeah. That one. You look out, and as you're examining it in this distance, I need you to roll a perception for me.
Okay.
With a 16,
Those are shit.
and happening to be in the right place at the right time, and the fact that the individual that you happen to catch sight of... Oh, hang on, I've got to answer this.
Dun, 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 dun. His work is being quarantined. I don't know.
Oh God, don't joke.
No, right?
Graham bitching about the fucking stimulus bill.
Who's bitching about the what bill?
Lindsey Graham, the South Carolina senator, is basically sent an email explaining the bill, explaining why he's against portions of it, but is for a lot of it. Basically explaining that, saying we're in a public health crisis, but not really saying anything that's of any value to anybody. I'm very apolitical, but fuck Lindsey Graham. I've never met a man more willing to lie to somebody to their face than him.
I can think of one. I'm not gonna say.
That's enough politics for us. We'll stick to fantasy politics, okay? Anyway, because it's not really designed to be hidden, you kind of very slowly turn your head, look out, and over by an old shack near to the river, around a very small smoldering fire, you can see the wispy, swirly blue robes of Sulao hanging out to dry.
Okay. So I just see Sulau's robes. I don't see him.
Mm-hmm. She walked a fair few miles, Yedrin.
Well, since I just see his robes and we're by the water, I'm going to assume Sulau is bathing or swimming.
You do not see anybody out in the water right now. And likewise, they are wet.
Okay, so he's washing them. Do I see Sulau at all?
Not from your angle. You do hear a faint murmur, though.
Then I guess I'll walk toward the murmur.
Okay. As you approach, you start to hear more and more coming in, and you can hear two voices. One you can immediately recognize as Sulau. The second, I would like you to roll a perception on. Oof.
They're getting worse and worse. Oh wait, no, I rolled a 1. So I've rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Well, can only go up.
Don't jinx it.
Even with that, you've heard the voice enough and it's muffled that you recognize the other voice as Hallison.
Aw, my gentle giant.
And as you start to approach, you hear him say, you hear Sulau through the chat go, "So, did you manage to finally retrieve my package and bring it to me?" And then there's a quiet. Do you try to listen in on the conversation?
I don't want to be rude, so I don't think I will. Ah, you know what? Screw it. I'll try to listen in.
Okay. I would like you to roll a stealth.
I'm gonna fall on my face.
22. You crouch down, and you're like, I don't want to mess up my dress. Fuck, I should have worn heels. But you manage to kind of like get up on your toes and get up close and kind of crouch down, completely unseen, completely unheard, and lean your ear against the wall. And at that point, you start to listen on the conversation. And you hear Hallison go, "I'm sorry, my lord, but I have been completely unable to retrieve or discover anything about the package that you're seeking. I understand that you are disappointed in me and that you expect more from a man of my stature, but I can find hide nor hair of your black stone, despite my continual best efforts. Without Jesus' help, I can't cover as much land. Perhaps if you were to re-summon him?" At which point, Sulau turns his head and goes, "Hallison, that would bring up far too much suspicion. You will have to do this on your own, And it is frankly your fault for not keeping a closer eye on him. You are far older than he is, and the impressionable brat decided it would be a great idea to rush into the largest gathering of the Lambs of Dalamud that he possibly could find, hoping to find the stone. Yes, I understand. And you hear Hallis responding, yes, I understand that what Jesus did was foolish and foolhardy, but you are a powerful mage. You can give him a different body. Doing all this work alone is tiring, and I am continually being drained. If this keeps up, I will not be able to maintain this form, and our entire operation will be compromised. At which point you hear Suel turn and go, do not take that tone with me, Hati.
Wow, the hell's that all about?
I summoned you and gave you Aether and rebuilt you. I can drop you from this plane just as easily and send you back into that hailstorm. You work for me. We are contractually bound for the time being. And you will find my stone and bring it back to me. It is necessary for our plans, and frankly, the sooner that I have it back, the sooner we continue with our operation in Hook, the sooner we can go our separate ways. I understand, Master. What would you have me do with no leads and nothing else to go on right now? We already lost your companion Han. Our contacts in Upper Maus will no longer work with us because of your attitudes. And frankly, the only contacts we have left that we could get anything out of are probably the Agents of Mayhem, but you're too proud to contact them. So what do we do? It's just the two of us, unless you want to start summoning other voids. I will not bring more of your filthy kind onto this plane. You and Jesus are the only two that I trusted. By some extension, Han. God, being surrounded by intellectual midgets. So, we'll figure something out. In the meantime, continue your normal operations. Be a courier, gather information, do what you must. I have a few more contacts in Upper Maus that I can filter through and maybe find something. Marty. Yes, my lord, what is it? Do have a care and do not reveal yourself to your brother or the agents. The last thing we need is them in our business constantly. While they are wonderful enough people and a delight to be around. Their presence would only complicate matters and even more. Over. I have a aching suspicion that they would more or less probably make all these matters far worse than they already are, as they have a very bad tendency of doing that.
Wow, fuck you, Dick.
That's kind of what we do.
I hope you didn't say that out loud.
No, that was just me out of character.
Okay, good.
He does look up and go, and I do understand that you have affections for the one called Miss Dogsbane. If you wish to pursue that, that's on you. I will not stop you. I'm not going to do anything like that. Just be aware of your work and know that you will probably break Jesus' heart. There's long silence.
How could he break Jesus' heart?
What did you say, Rowan?
I just mumbled out of character. Why the hell would he break Jesus' heart? I don't get that, but okay.
They're together, duh.
Alright. No!
Just the okay then. No!
No. Because back when we first met and we were in the in the canopy, I remember being out and he was out on a date with a woman.
Yeah?
The people are bi, Rowan.
Yeah, go suck a dick.
Okay.
I
It's
would.
like people can also be polyamorous.
Yo.
Yeah.
But regardless, there's a long run of silence. It's like, you get drunk once and you mention you're attracted to somebody and you never let it go. Gods. At that point, you start to hear Hati just leave. And the door just swings open.
I'm gonna stay hidden.
Okay. You watch from your position as Hadi starts to come around the edge, and then he calls back out and he goes, Sula! Do you want your coat back? It's almost dry. No, you can leave it. Thank you, though. At that point, he goes, by the way, what do you want for supper tonight? It's my turn to cook. And he goes, meat, as always. Could we try vegetarian just once, please? No. I have a wonderful falafel recipe. No. But, okay. Pork or chicken? Steak. But steak! Alright, I'll go buy some steak. He comes out. looks around for a moment. Oh, I'm not gonna fucking stake at this hour. Alright, take care. And then he walks over and he kisses Allison right on the cheek. And then pats him a few times. And then teleports away.
Okay. I'm gonna still stay hidden until House enters.
Allison puts his hands in his pockets. Slowly kind of turns his head your direction. Looks dead at where you're hiding. Lifts his head back up, looks at the sky, looks around for a moment, starts walking the other way.
Gonna wait for a bit until he's completely out of sight before I move.
Okay. Takes him about 10 minutes to disappear in the wood line.
So after he disappears into the wood line, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna stretch because being on my toes for that long, even in heels, even not being in heels, is a little painful.
Mm-hmm.
Brush off my dress, go around the other way to try to avoid running into House in the trees, and head back to Auburn Inn.
Okay. You start heading back. That leaves Dak.
Hi.
What are you doing with your day?
Brain. God damn it. I suddenly can't remember the dang innkeeper's name.
Urabe?
Oh,
Urabe, thank you. I was like, starts with you, but I couldn't remember the rest of it. I'm gonna ask Urabe if there's a store he knows that has reagents, like monster parts.
One second. So, Hirabe is standing there and he looks down and he goes, "Oh, how wonderful to see you in good spirits, Lady Dequa. Monster reagents? What?"
Yes, I have uses for them, that's all. And don't exactly get very many people selling them out at the homestead.
Well, for monster reagents, typically your best bet is to walk down to the Dock District and head over to the Shaded Willow.
Okay.
There is a very beautiful Ellison woman missing one of her ears. Runs the place. Bright pink hair. Very in depth and in tune with many facets of void magic.
Oh, I know where you're talking about.
Yes, she does keep a very large stock of various monster reagents for practicing with her own magic. Otherwise, there is a Wakwili tribe who lives within the city, but they are more or less sequestered into their own little area beneath the city.
I've had my fill of undergrounds for a while.
Understandable.
Thank you very much, Urabe. Do you know any nice places that aren't too expensive?
What's to
It's mine and Date's anniversary, kind of, and I wanted to take him someplace nice but not super expensive.
Again, define super expensive.
Not in the tens of thousands.
There's one restaurant in Upper in the tens of thousands, dear.
Yeah. I don't know.
If that is
Someplace-
your measure, I know of a wonderful place that does require a reservation, which I could procure for you. I have an individual who owes me a favor.
Here I was expecting he would have already made a reservation.
No, I don't think a reservation place would be fine. It's just I wanted to do something nice and simple.
He looks down and goes, "Dear, I insist."
Oh, okay.
You look like you could use the 5-star treatment and some pampering for yourself.
I
Long night for you and your lover to be treated as king and queen. Private, overlooking the entire city on a starlit night with a full moon by the candlelight and with a selection of the finest foods that Uppernaise has to offer.
Dex just kind of like pushing her fingers together. If you insist, I haven't had any place like that in a long, long time.
You have the dress for it already.
That is fair. That is very fair.
So, apologies, my mind is prying a little.
Uh-huh.
Will you go as you, or will you go as the Dakota?
Oh, she kind of groans when he says that. I think I might go with myself.
The only reason I ask is because they do identify people by their appearances for the reservation, so I have to give them an appropriate description.
I almost want to say it doesn't matter too much because I kind of look like myself as a Makoto anyway.
Slightly mousy, chestnut hair, a wonderful expression that shows the depths of your empathy, and the most stunning eyes that I've ever seen.
Started blushing at that. Thank you.
You do not give yourself nearly enough credit.
I try to lay low when I can, so it's kind of become a habit.
He just kind of laughs and pokes your nose. There is a reason that the two brothers who happen to be staying here both fell madly in love with you.
I'd rather not get into that, bag of crabs.
Look at crabs!
Look at you.
He just laughs. He goes, I will have the reservation ready for you.
Also, I have the pampering down. My family gave me a free spa day as a birthday present.
Then perhaps it would be best to go take your lover for that before, you know, the whole fighting thing.
Oh, yeah. Although I wonder if it'd be better afterwards because we're gonna be sore.
That depends on how long those fights last.
That's fair.
Or you could do it the next day. One or the other. Delayed.
Oh, What do I have planned tomorrow? Oh, that's the Grand Hunt, isn't it? Oh, I'm not going anywhere with the feeding thing going on either.
He just sort of laughs a little bit. The place that I will be reserving for you is known as the Chateau de Aupre Corres.
Okay. Could I get you to type that out in chat or something so I can make a note of it? Thank you. I was close.
And if I may make a suggestion, it may not sound too fancy, but the quail rice bowl is some of the best food I've ever had in my life.
I can have meat tonight.
What they do is they take 3 quails, they cut them open, stuff them with cabbage, rice, egg, and a medley of vegetables, from mushrooms and carrots to little Brussels sprouts and various other things. Drench it all in this lovely sauce and then sew it back up and cook it all together. So all of that salty, meaty, succulent quail juice and flavor seeps into the rice, cooks the eggs and the vegetables all together, and creates a perfect mouthfeel.
That actually sounds really good.
At which point, they make a cranberry wine compote and drizzle it over the top and serve it on the side. And if I have to make a secondary suggestion, they do serve a vanilla custard and roland berry dacqua.
Her eyes actually kind of light up at that. Okay, you have sold me on this place.
He just kind of laughs. He goes, "Go take care of yourself, and we'll take care of it. And the whatnot, all you have to do is pay the bill afterwards."
How much would the bill be so I can set it aside?
Kind of things. It all depends on how much you order, wine and all of that, but a typical bill from there runs anywhere from 700 to 15.
Okay, that's doable.
The upper end can run you about 3 to 4, but that's only if you are drinking quite a bit and ordering the most expensive things on the menu.
Probably not.
That would be it. You seem far too sensible for that.
That and I can't drink too much.
And your beau does not seem like he's much of a drinker either.
Not that I know of, no.
Speaking of which, he walks out back. He's using the shower right now. If you wish to speak with him, he should be back in shortly.
Alright. Taking a spa day before they can combat sounds nice. So I will wait for him.
Alright. You wait about 10 minutes and then comes back around fully dressed and he kind of sees you talking with your Abe and he goes, good morning, honey. I'm sorry I didn't really get up this morning. I was still a little worn out and a little hungover.
Jack just gives him the warmest smile she can. Oh, it's fine. You were adorable.
He just kind of waggles his tail for a moment, and it kind of poofs and then flattens back out.
I was wondering. I got a ticket for a free spa day if you were interested in joining me.
I would absolutely adore that. Shall we?
Yes.
He kind of walks over and leans down to sort of offer his hand to you.
And she takes his hand. More than happily.
The two of you head out.
Spa day with no one else. Yes. Don't gotta see any of y'all.
Wow.
Tell us how you really feel.
Look, I don't want to see your dick.
Apparently no one does.
No comment.
What, like there's much to see?
Oh.
Fuck you, Kato. I was drinking.
Whoa, you gotta remember, you got like shot twice.
Yeah,
So it's probably not looking
more than
too.
you've gotten in a while anyway, Kato.
To be fair, Bahamut did fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. So, Dak, as you hit the spa, you get nice and relaxed, getting taken care of. All of your worries are kind of just melting away. And I would like you to roll a perception while you're inside the spa.
I will say that's just a 34 because the birds can stay in the hair or whatever. I don't care. Fuck off. Go fly off somewhere.
Okay. So as you're in the spa, you're relaxing. You're getting like a couples treatment with a doll who is kind of like got his eyes closed, his ears are perked up, and he's just enjoying himself. Just in his own little world. You start to doze off for a moment, and the two people that are handling you start to talk to one another, thinking that the two of you have basically fallen asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, so, how did the client that Miriam got earlier turn out? That was a shock to all of us. Oh, you mean Varys? Yeah, that was a shock to us. How did they get so fucking big?
Oh.
Jeez. By the 12. Man was bigger than a Rogadin. I know. I couldn't imagine working on all that. But did he at least behave? I know how they think about us, or him in particular. He was very well behaved. He didn't complain about anything. He actually left a rather nice tip, from what I heard. Though Miriam more or less decided that she was off for the rest of the day after that. And I don't blame her. Could you imagine how stressful it would be working on not only royalty, but enemy royalty? Yes, but he came in with his son, didn't he? His nephew. They looked a little too alike to be nephew and uncle. It's just the other attendant goes, if you want to make the assumption that he had a incestuous child or whatever it is, that's on you. I rather like my head right where it is. At that point, the other one goes, yes, but I mean, they have the same hair, the same sort of facial structure, everything. Them being nephew and uncle seems a little far-fetched. Maybe his dad was his twin? I doubt it. Look, all I'm saying there is if he's actually, you know, Varys' kid, that makes him firstborn over Xenos, doesn't it? And who would you rather have on that throne? Kind of like rub in a deck a little bit more and go, not to mention the fact that we had Gaius in here earlier. How the hell did he even get in the city? Shh. It's even less. Don't talk about. What if one of them wakes up?
Dex ear wiggles.
No. Yes, I know, but the fact that we've got so many Garleans in the city right now, it's the tournament. What do you expect? And we're an open city. Yes, but someone we were at war with? An emperor that calls us all savages? This is all so strange. Tell me about it. At that point, she kind of like digs in, and a little goes off and goes, "Oh, excuse me." And they like start shaking Dak and it all. The time for your back is over. We're going to turn you over and do the front now.
Okay.
And Dole's like, okay. And he just kind of flips over. And you more or less get like the next 30 minutes in stony ass silence.
Doesn't matter. Relaxing. Had some nice gossip.
At that point, you head out to leave. And as you do so, you bump into a blonde woman.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
And you look up, and you very clearly recognize Livia.
Oh my.
Who's kind of scratching the back of her head and looking down at you. At this point, you see that she's wearing an eye patch at this point.
Are you alright?
What are you
Oh.
to?
Oh, I just
She cocks her head at you.
Nothing, sorry.
You see she's dressed rather sensually. Like ankle length white dress, big slit up the side, like looks like she's dressed for a date.
You look really lovely.
Thank you. Dude. Oh. This is awkward.
Only because I bumped into you.
Hold recognize me?
little bit. It doesn't matter. I didn't see you.
She goes, okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna hand you 5 gil, you go buy a drink. You hand me 5 gil, I go buy a drink. This never happened.
Okay.
Just trades coins and says, bye.
Bye. Adjusting Gil.
You don't have to adjust anything.
Don't care.
She goes, and you just see her like walk off, and you hear that. She's obviously wearing heels.
Yep.
Girl's like, oh, that felt really good. Friend of yours?
Someone I've met, work?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it wasn't a dragon this time.
Yeah. I was wondering if you wanted to go get something to eat later?
Of course. Do anything with you.
She's just looking really nervous and everything. I got a reservation at a nice place thanks to your Abe.
Oh, Fee suggested it. I'm sure it's absolutely lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to dress
Yeah.
up?
I'm pretty sure it'd be insulting if we didn't dress up.
Then, it's a good thing that I have caramel on Lake Pearl.
Oh, yes. Anyways, I have to do a few things before the team combat. How about I see you later tonight after I keep wanting to say tourney. Team combat.
He leans down and kisses your forehead. I'll probably see you sooner than that, but alright, dear.
Alright.
He actually makes a point to kiss the little gem on your forehead.
Fluster. She kind of just scurries off, and now she's going to go shopping. Needs to find herself what she wants.
Alright, you head off to go shop.
I'm trying to find a Marble vine.
Oh god, okay.
He wanted to find one. We didn't find one.
We'll say that you actually find a number of storefronts that are selling them. A lot of them are really fucking sketchy.
Look for the least sketchiest. It's a really dumb thing to say considering what I'm looking for. I don't want to poison my boyfriend.
To put this mildly. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. You basically, as you're like walking around and you start telling them what you're looking for, they start pointing you to increasingly sketchier shops. And every store is like, oh, you want it from, okay, hang on, you want to go down there. And then the next guy's like, no, you want to go down there, until you're finally like, you're in like the dock district, in like the poorest section of the dock district, heading into like a voodoo shop. And as you walk in, you see.
Oh yeah,
it is not Fionn.
Damn.
1 second.
I was gonna say, worst comes to worst, if I don't find something that I like, I'm going to the void shop.
So, as you walk into this place, Deck, you walk through the door, and the counter is directly facing it, and the storefront is maybe 30 by 30. If that.
Jeez.
And it's packed to the brim with shelves with all manner of stuff in it. Like, you swear there's probably at least like 70 eyeballs in jars looking at you as you walk in. You see little cages hanging from the ceiling that have like disembodied hands in them.
Oh.
You see all sorts of monster parts.
Mm-hmm.
And the counter is low enough that if you were Yedrin's size, you could still sit down behind it and like half of your body would be visible.
Okay.
So you'd still have to get up and like pull yourself up, but there is like 4 step stools for Lalas.
Yeah. Accessibility. Yeah.
And behind it is a dark-skinned Hyur with piercings under the skin to replicate Ara horns.
Huh.
She has like the Samdi death mask painted on her face or tattooed. You can't tell. She's got a gauge in one ear, and the other ear has like 17 pierces going all the way down the ridge.
Neat.
With like little fangs hanging off of them. She opens her mouth, and you can see her teeth are filed.
Huh.
And by the guess, you're guessing this person's probably about like 60 years old. 60 or older. Wrinkled, aged. There's a musky scent all over this place. But she looks up and goes, young lady, come into my store.
Yes, I was looking for a particular monster part.
What should we seeking?
Marble vine.
You got a hot date, do you? I
Uh,
got plenty.
What? No. Huh?
You not know what a marble vine do you? What do you seek it for?
I know a blue mage.
You got a wise one walking with you. Interesting. Well, I can tell you it's a nuisance. Because that one, it doesn't matter how he eats it, only matters that he do eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Marlboro vine is a potent aphrodisiac.
Wait, what?
Many circles.
What? I didn't know that.
She goes around up her nares. We call the Marlboro vine left to ferment and brew down into a heady grog. The little sailor's morning. Because many women gave it to their husbands or lovers after they come off the boat to make sure they get theirs. We cut them off real thin, slice them up and salt them. Turn it into a flake salt. Adds a little tang to chocolates. And they say, eating one of those, well, makes a man extra virile.
I just need a little bit that he can eat.
Well, I got pickled Marlboro vine. And I've got it fresh from the Marlboro itself. I've got some jerky, if you want that. I've got them chocolates I was talking about. I got a bottle of the grog.
Huh. How much does he need to eat it? She's just here mumbling to herself, like, how much of it does he have to eat? I can't remember.
She looks down at you and says, well, I don't really know much about the blue mages. But I know a lust for lioness when I see one.
What? No. I don't know who you're looking at.
Oh, don't be so modest.
Hey,
I sell aphrodisiacs for a living. You think I give a shit what you're going to use it for?
I'm giving it as a gift for my anniversary with my boyfriend.
You're not really helping your case.
I know! I didn't know that was what they were used for. And now I'm really rethinking my gift because I'm now embarrassed.
I mean, unless he is especially proud about his prowess, I think it would be a suggestive gift, as in, here's this, the real gift is later.
Either way, take some chocolates.
Very well. 20 gil for a box of 50.
Alright.
And she hands you, and it's a sizable box of chocolate. It's basically like if you bought a box of Russell Stovers, but like 4 times deep.
Damn.
And she goes, there's a mixture of different types of chocolates in there. There's milk, there's white, there's dark, there's nougat filled, caramels, peanuts, the kit and caboodle.
Alright, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And if you would like a bottle of wine or anything of that nature, I have that as well. Nothing of the Marlborough variety, unless you just want it.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Help yourself. And good luck.
Thank you. And with that, she skitters out of the store with her ill-gotten goods.
You skitter out the store. You run out. You start turning a few corners. And as you go by, you get out of the dock district. You turn. And finally, as you're hitting the main thoroughfare, I need you to roll a perception.
Oh boy, what shit am I looking at now?
With a 27, because I'm assuming Scotch is back out with you in daylight.
Mm.
Sorry, 29.
Mm-hmm.
You turn, and you see Yastola sitting on a bench, a bag of ice in her hand, pressed against a swollen jaw. And just like she's got one hand pressing the bag of ice to her jaw, the other hand like over her face. It's just like, oh.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you alright?
She like pulls the bag away a little bit, and like the jaw is swollen like triple the size. She's like, ugh.
Do you want me to heal you? Okay. Just hold on a second.
Yeah, it wasn't a backhandy. He full on cold cocked her.
Yup. Cure critical wounds. Because it looks like it hurt.
She's the swelling goes down, and her jaw just kind of like you actually hear it like pop back into place.
Ugh, I'll never get used to that sound.
She's like, ah! 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 Ah!
I don't exactly have much for the pain.
Ah! That's okay. Yeah, let me see if I can actually get a Yashtola voice. No, that's fine. It'll subside. So, you are Zarqua of the Aegis of Mayhem, are you not?
Yes, we've met before.
Well, thank you.
I can't exactly leave someone hurting in the middle of the streets, can I? I mean, I can, but...
Well, it saved me a further trip to the corrosion.
What happened? Actually, out of character, did I witness her getting cold cocked, or was that like works?
I think it was Yedrin.
Or Yedrin, someone witnessed her getting cold cocked.
Me and Fiona.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes, Luke punched me in the face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay.
Hang on. I'm sorry. White magic gives me indigestion.
Oh.
No.
That's okay. I understand that. My brother has the same sort of affliction.
Any way. Physically, yes. Emotionally and mentally, no. And
I see. I'd ask if there's anything else I could do for you, but I'm not a therapist.
apparently no one ever is.
Well, Kane-sama in Gridania is.
And here I am, sworn to complete impartiality.
Yes.
Likewise, I think revealing my mental traumas and the like would be... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Breach of a non-disclosure? So I just have to wait for the scions to hire a therapist.
Yeah. No, I understand completely. That's actually really good that I got her to do it then. Anyways, I'm sorry. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, not unless you can give me 300 foot long arms so I can bitch slap Minfilia.
Oh, but she seems so nice.
Nice and effectual usually don't go well together.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to say this. Please don't take it the wrong way.
Okay.
You are an absolutely lovely woman. Get out of this fucking profession as quickly as possible.
Blink, 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 blink.
If you value your sanity and your job. And she walks off.
Death mutters to herself, "You're about 10 years too late on that." Alright, Dak's gonna go back to the inn and store her aphrodisiac chocolates. And get ready for the team combat.
You all arrive back at the inn with about 2 hours to go before team combat. Fionn having never left. Kyle and Yedrin actually had a wonderful time at the play. The actors were incredible, all of them very professional. All the playgoers were very respectful. Yedrin did not see or sense any more of the ninja's presence during that time frame. Whether that is good or bad is up to Yedrin to decide.
I didn't sense them. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
As you head out, Not Cramp buys both of you a gelato and hands it over. At which point he tells you to have fun with the rest of your day, heads behind an alley, turns into a bird, and takes off.
So, we're all back at the inn?
Yep.
So, how's everyone's day been treating them so far?
Interesting. To say the least.
I have a date tonight.
I
Congratulations.
thought you have a date every night.
Dak walks over and like kicks Kato in the shin.
Actually offers Kato a high five for once.
But like not hard, just kind of like your butt.
Dion lightly kicks Works in the shin.
What? He's not wrong.
No, I know. But yes, we're going to a really nice place tonight. And
That's good.
we went to the spa earlier and it was... Whew. I am so relaxed right now.
Sounds like you both had a very good time.
Yes!
See Art come in and very quietly shut the door.
Oh, hello, Rock.
Hi, Ark.
Hey, you're up, eh? Yes. Is there anyone else here right now? No?
Oh,
Just me and the staff?
oh no.
Cool. Works.
Yes.
Works, what did you do this time?
Owen looked. 1. Ew. 2. What the fuck?
Do I want to know?
Is there a 3 or should I start talking?
3. Oh, we have a problem. Or rather, you have a problem. This is not my issue.
Alright, lay it on me.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just I went and
Oh.
looked.
Okay.
You're the one who saw the shit, not me.
Okay.
So
So,
here's the deal.
Decky...
It's probably bad, is all I'm going to say. You need to talk to Ishgard and Fiona. Bye. And he walks back out.
Works. What does he mean by that?
I'm going to preface this with two things. One, I have done nothing. Two, Dak, you may have wanted to say that spa day.
Oh no!
I was going out in the woods this morning to get a little early morning training. Feeling a little spry. And I came across a group of Wormlords. Very powerful ones.
Okay.
Who not only managed to mercilessly brutalize 2 dragons, but their eggs as well. Trust me, it was not a pretty scene. Now, this was all well and dandy until I noticed that they had plucked the eyes out of every single one of them.
That covers her mouth. Oh, mage.
Fiona narrows her eyes and balls her fists.
It gets worse. Apparently, this group of Wormlords is going out collecting. And from what they said, they need about 300 more to do whatever it is they're trying to do. I don't know if that meant dragons or eyes, but I'm going to take the lower end and say 300 eyes. Yeah. They all had what appeared to be like the eye of Nidhogg emblemed into their chest. Not just like that as a symbol, but like an actual moving eye.
What?
That's the part I didn't get either. I couldn't tell you where their allegiance was, where they came from. They took what they needed to. I heard what I heard, and they took off. Luckily, they didn't spot me. I did talk to the being in my head, and aside from being incredibly angry, we're both heavily concerned about what they could be doing.
They could be doing a number of things.
Okay, Fiona. With your knowledge history on that, with a +5 because of where you came from, this sounds like a splinter group of the heretics who did not feel that the Lady Iceheart went far enough in her actions. And as such, rather purposefully, instead of joining with Horace Velker or going with the idea of, overturning Ishgard because of the wrongs of what happened and then fixing that problem, they outright joined Nidhogg. This group later, because of their more violent actions, began to recruit dragoons directly on field of combat, either by offering them the chance to have their lives spared or getting them into such high battle frenzies that it was easy for Nidhogg to take control of them via blood. A number went willingly, others were mind controlled, whatever. But essentially, there is long since been a rumored cult slash sect of not really dragon worshipping, but dragon following dragoons and Ishgardians that are more extreme than the heretics that are literally known as the Eyes of Nidhogg. Or a much easier term is just the Eyes, and for many others who are not from Ishgard, who have heard rumors of them, they're just known as the Harpies.
The what?
The Harpies.
Ah. So, yeah. Fiona starts visibly shaking in fury at this.
Are you okay?
There are splitter sect of heretics. Broke off after the Lady Iceheart took over. Nidhogg directly started taking dragons under their wing. Side of Ishgard been known as the Harpies, but to those more aware, I know it's the Eyes of Nidhogg.
The name sounds familiar. Not overly. I've probably heard it once or twice through. Probably just from officer talk, but
You've heard it like twice, usually like, oh hey, we got a confirmed kill. That's about it. They're not widely talked about.
To be operating this far from Ishgard, and gathering dragon's eyes besides.
they're trying to do something big. And I don't mean, resummon one of the first brood. I think they're trying to do something much, much bigger.
As much as Nidhogg's death may have spurred someone to such an act, no, you're right. I fear this is much worse than that. With both of his eyes, Nidhogg can simply regenerate in time.
Alright. Well, how much time do we have until combat?
Like,
No,
well over 2 hours.
A couple
We have
hours.
about 2 bells, give or take.
couple
After
hours.
that,
Heavensward's still around.
After that, I think I have plans. I think I have a meeting to have with any of the informants in Arpaneus.
Also, before I get into anything, and I'm not sure if Lauren's been trying to talk and it's just got them muted. Off the AFK.
I'm just not talking over anybody at the moment. I'm gonna wait because
There's a
I got
there's
my-
a lot going on. It's appreciated, Roman. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Of course.
I just wanted to make sure because
It happens.
Are the Heavensward still around?
Almost
Yeah,
certainly.
I can imagine with Thornton here they are, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is something that we need to bring up to him. Going to make matters worse.
Last thing, we need the Archbishop to be looking into the affairs of heretics in the area.
Alright.
I think the city itself would thank me for saying that.
Yeah. Alright.
Last thing we need is the whole place burning from a crusade.
Hey, Fiona,
Alright.
Yeah?
what's the effect on that permanent spell you put on your eyes?
Basically allows you to see magical auras at all times, as well as see in the dark to a limited range.
Roll perception.
also see invisible stuff.
Okay.
50.
You see a faint, floating, purple energy just outside of the inn. Do you know it's with that 20? It's been kind of within 200 to 300 feet of you since you entered the city.
Fiona narrows her eyes out and towards.
No, you are seeing it through the walls.
Ah.
And it just kind of bobs up and down. You do note, however, that it does disappear during fights or tournament events.
Orcs looks over.
Sorry, I was in thought.
Well, since we're planning on vacation not being as vacation as we want, anyone else got anything else? Anyone else have anything to share or what?
Well, I decided to take a walk in the woods, and I came across something interesting as well. And let me tell you, Sulau's a dick.
I beg pardon.
So, during my walk, there's a little shack over by the lake, and Sulau was in there with Halicent. Only Halicent's not just Halicent. Halicent is a void scent that he keeps referring to as Hattie. And they are searching for a specific black stone. And Halicent is wanting him to resummon the void scent. We know it, Jesus.
Hey, what?
Yeah. And quite interesting as to what's going on. And Halicent suggested, hey, maybe you should ask people that can help. And, well, we messed it, according to Mr. Sulau, which, I mean, obviously we can't complain about it, that even though he thinks we're wonderful people, we mess things up too much.
I mean, that's kind of how we got our name.
Understood. But still, the fact that Halicent is a void scent named Hattie, and his lineage, I think we're familiar with.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Fiona has to look around the table to see if catch any possible puzzled expressions.
So we, so I don't know what the deal is with this black stone, but he seems pretty hell-bent on retrieving it.
I think I may have an idea, but with everything going on with the Eyes of Nidhogg, I think that's going to take priority for my research.
Alright. Well, here's...
But I didn't find those dragons, because there might have been a fire in the woods.
And if you're gonna suggest a plan works, since we're laying out all the troubling bullshit we ran into, besides having an awesome time with Cardo and Knockramp at the play, really good play, we'd suggest go see it sometime. We might have a possibility of gaining a slight unfriendly ninja infestation
I should have saved my spa day.
So wait,
I'm
hold
sorry,
on.
a ninja.
Let me get this straight. I have draconic problems. Rowan has voice send problems, and now Yedrin has ninja problems. God, we need to make an Agents of Mayhem bingo. I'm pretty sure I have it at this point.
At least there's no time bullshit going on.
Yet.
I was gonna say.
Suddenly hear Urabe say that's free space.
Well, not.
He goes, I'm not
It's
joking.
also not wrong.
He goes, I'm not joking. We have cards back here. He like flops an entire deck out.
Oh,
I mean,
It's a hey. He goes, it is not actually an Agent of Mayhem one. It's just a generic adventuring one that we have.
Hmm.
better.
just walks over and grabs one.
You actually see it's like it's got a bunch of shit on it, and it basically is like get a blackout, get a free night. There's like you read it. There's like took arrow to the knee.
God damn it.
Goblin kicked me in the dick. It's like,
How often does that one happen?
Urabe goes a lot. It's like some variant of time spell cast on me, and it's like free space.
I mean, I can't blame them for making this because one, that's probably good money, and two, adventurers.
Adventures.
That's a very good point. I'll take 6.
Because they're free.
Banking on that blackout, aren't you?
With us, it's only a matter of time.
I blacked out one.
That's a space on the card. Blacked out drunk.
Do you remember that
As much
time?
as I'd like to be.
That
Is there one for being drugged by a politician of an enemy country?
Yes.
Stamp.
He goes, there's actually two, depending on the card. There is drugged by enemy politician and left for dead. And then there is drugged by enemy politician and left in scandalous position.
Well, he did send me back to Brahms, so I guess that was kind of left for dead.
I'm sorry, I thought that you all could use some levity.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Works around the groans. Don't hate me because I'm winning.
Anyways, I suppose you would suggest a plan of action works with the way we're talking, or has it been derailed?
I was gonna say we got about 2 hours to the team combat, so I was gonna say everybody go take some time, clear your heads, because this is something we probably aren't gonna have the ability, knowledge, or even where to start until after the tournament. So, and I know it might sound selfish, but I need money. Especially when you're getting into bigger and badder things, I need upgrades.
I'll help you where I can, Works. I've done it before.
I don't. Yeah, but I'd rather not pay you. Don't take this the wrong way. I'd rather not have to pay you back.
I so wanted those gems for my pond.
And some of the stuff I'm looking at is kind of pricey. So,
Hmm.
I mean, they're really good, but they're pricey.
Yes, I understand. And I don't mind paying for things because you and Yedrin and Kato are like the first line of defense, and if you get through, we're nowhere near as defended as you.
We can't have 25,000 on you then?
I do?
I'm joking.
Let's see the results for the tournament stuff first. And dear
Yeah.
God.
Maybe by sheer dumb luck, I'll get through the labyrinth.
And dear God, I wanted to just have a nice vacation, make some money, maybe afford to boost up my pond a bit. Not have to worry about all this stuff.
Yeshrin, when we get back, let's discuss the pond. What? Pray tell, have you informed the other Wormlords yet?
What, you mean the one I talked to?
Yes.
I don't have a way to get in touch with him.
2.
Okay, the one doesn't really bother with it much, and the other one is Telkia.
3.
Who's the third one? Oh, Raffadil, that's right.
Yeah, the chick with the scales on her legs, Raphael and Telki.
I'll send a letter to the Raffadil and Telkia. Brienne, I don't know. She was kind of lackadaisical about the whole Wormlord thing when I talked to her.
Alright then. Come to think of it, isn't he still in town? He was around during the tournament.
Oh, Telkia had to go.
Oh.
I caught him before he left, and I said goodbye.
No, more reasons to write a letter then. Alright.
I suppose so.
Like I said, I think we should all try to clear our minds of all this, go into team combat completely focused. I plan on raising a little bit of hell today.
Just a little bit, please. Just a little bit.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me.
Well, I mean, you guys have been seeing I've been letting the draconic powers out a little bit more.
Oh,
That's why I said just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I mean,
Alright.
what level of draconic are you talking about? It's like one thing to do this whole scales and wings thing, it's like, okay, Vegetarian corruption, not too bad.
No. I'm not having my muscles explode between every round. No, I was, bring out Dive Bomb, Mega Flare, the only two things I haven't broken out yet.
Look, right now, if the odds of Nidhogg are still around, we should not be trying to get their attention.
I ain't trying to get their attention.
How about we put this box? Folks, a bit of dragon's okay, but anything that is identifiable to a specific dragon, preferably not, because I'm not sure about you, but if you're already dealing with ninjas, I don't want to be dealing with like a bunch of different styles of ninja.
I believe the word you're looking for is spies.
Well, spies, assassins, ninjas. Hitmen.
You forget Harabi has his own ninjas. So
Oh, I appreciate Robbie's
offense to
ninja.
that.
They're nice ninjas.
I was gonna say I appreciate Robbie's ninjas. I meant more hostile.
Dak, you're like, I appreciate the ninjas. Next thing you know, there's like a little cup of Roland Berry tea in your hand. You're like, how did I get this?
See, this is why I like them.
Yeah.
Sip.
Look,
I have a question.
go ahead.
This has to do with the quote unquote hostile ninjas. Who are they after? What are they looking for?
See, that's the thing. One I saw, maybe me. The second set, I'm not sure if they were connected to the same one or if it's like a different set of ninjas. I'm willing
Why
to leave.
suddenly looking for you?
I mean, you don't remember me saying the last time we went to visit the whole Asm Step that I'm like extremely hated in the area?
Now, why would they have left the Asm Step to come here specifically to look for you? What else has gone on? What else don't we know?
Where the Step had ninjas.
Because fuck her.
I mean, I could understand certain things, but is there something that's still connecting you back to the Asm Step that would be pissing them off enough to go halfway around the world to come here to find you?
I mean, I'm not sure if they went out of the way to find me or if it's just a sort of we happen to be in the same city at the same time.
I mean, there is a giant tournament going on.
There's a giant tournament that we're competing in, and she's known for. But if you have and I'm just looking at her, and I'm trying to get more information from Miss Shady Pants over there. But why now? Why all of a sudden would they travel all this way? I mean, do you still have any other contact or anything else going on back in the Asm Step that might be forcing someone's hand because they quote unquote hate you?
How to put this? Hate might be underselling it, and it might be more religious vendetta.
We're just holds out one hand. Hunt, this is just, people hate you. It holds a hand much higher. This is religious vendetta. That's kind of a gap there. It's not like people hate me or a certain group hates me. It's I'm basically the Antichrist in a religion. That kind of, they're not really similar.
Let's be honest. We both know how it feels to be at that level.
I've just been hating my whole life because, I'm kind of.
So is this Antichrist or anti-Heidelin level or like crusade kind of thing?
Is it heretical or super heretical?
What level would you rate if found at both kill?
What?
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of anti.
Is this like once every 1,000 years prophecy bullshit going on, or because I'm pretty sure I have that on the bingo card somewhere.
So
we had to take that one off. It happened too much.
God damn it.
Rowan just puts her fist down, and she's like, I don't want the beating around the bush. I want a straight answer, because if we have to worry about ninjas, which, I don't think any of us can always see the ninjas, I want to know why. I don't want you to beat around the bush and say, well, because of this. I want strict, straightforward, what contact do you still have going on with the Asm Step, and how can this possibly get all of us killed?
I'm trying. Yes, give me a
To
second.
be absolutely fair to Yedru, I don't think Yedru actually has that information.
I have chunks of it. I'm just trying to clear up what chunks I have in my head.
Please stand by while we find the data you're looking for.
Compiling.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm just trying to remember exactly what I can remember. Y'all remember, I was rather young at the time, and it has been a long time. So was sort of hoping the whole name and going up and changing facial features thing would be enough. Anyways, okay. So you remember how I explained the whole born cursed and looked upon with scorn and hate and no one really loves you thing?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there might be levels to that they have some way of detecting. I'm assuming aether bullshit or some kind of magic bullshit.
And let me guess, you're at the top of the list.
Now, see, that I don't know. Oh, I just know there's levels. Lower level is Everlasting Servitude, higher level is Kill at Birth.
Hmm. So you're at the tippy top of the list with the death. I'm guessing.
I'm assuming if they cared enough to
To
look my way.
to point this out a little bit, Yedrin, so you can add it to this. They're chasing you down because you ran. You were in servitude, but you fled.
Well, that's what the whole fake name and different facial features as growing up thing was all about.
Yeah.
I don't think I was at the tippy top, considering I was alive for longer than a couple seconds after birth.
Okay.
But if you have levels that start at Eternal Servitude and you escape Eternal Servitude,
So you're a convict who ran. Is this convict who ran who's killed on sight, or convict who ran who gets brought back to even worse prison?
Kato, I think, in all honesty, this sounds like a similar escaped slave scenario as Ia. Let's not be so judgmental.
I'm not being judgmental, I'm just asking a
It's
question.
a valid question. Are they going to try to take him, or are they just going to kill him without
Hurt.
prejudice?
I mean,
Sorry.
being entirely fair, I wouldn't know. Like I said, this was a long time ago, and I wasn't expecting this to come up because
Well, you said you saw one earlier?
I saw one, I know for sure was one, and I saw a second group of at least a couple that might be connected and working together.
Well, if they wanted you dead, you'd probably be dead already, so...
Now let's be fair, Apuneus.
Indeed, the laws of this land are not to be trifled. There are a lot of people who are banking on making sure that harm does not come to anyone here, especially from within the shadows.
Ninja battle. The most epic battle you can never see.
Jirabe just kind of. You have no idea how right you are on that.
So my guess is they probably knew we were going to be here, which is why they're here now. And
Yes.
now that they know Yedra's location, they can easily follow us after the tournament.
I would assume that the Amamori would be very easily able to follow Ayami at any given point. Ayami at any given point, if they so desired.
Hmm.
For what it's worth, Arabi, if your staff need any healing, don't hesitate to let Dagon in.
Also, does that mean you have more information than I do? Because, again, you're the young child, been years. I haven't even. I couldn't remember most of this.
Miss Hunt. I'm assuming that the individual that you saw was Musashi, was it not?
considering I've seen Musashi fighting, can I remember off the top of my head? Because
Yeah.
and the answer,
Yes.
yes.
I trained him.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Oh my.
I am retired, but I know well enough what my student might be trying to do.
So Rowan at this point crosses her arms and she looks at Hunt again and she goes, "So you're telling us that you have absolutely no contact with anybody at the Asm Step right now that could have possibly led more ninjas to this doorstep? Because you said you took every precaution. You changed your face, you changed your name.
Well, my face changed not just as age. I was like, what, maybe 5 when I left. I don't think I would look that similar. And yes, my name is different.
And you saw the first part of the question.
And, I don't know anyone in the step.
Rowan just looks at him and she's like, okay. So then all this gil that you're amassing, you're not sending it back home to the steppe?
No.
I've
It's
seen.
not where that Yadron would willingly hand off
Right.
such skill.
Wait. Where did you learn that? Wait, why did I admit that?
I was just about to say that I've only seen you spend money on items for fighting, but you're sending money to the step?
At this point, Rowan just is like, well, if it's going to take me badgering you to get that information that I'd already found out.
To be fair, Yedrin is not sending money to the step.
Okay.
Now hold on. I really am not sending any money to the step. Seriously,
Okay.
where did you learn that?
Yurabi, is there dream bullshit on these cards?
There's prophetic dreams.
I think
Close
that's
enough.
Okay, if you don't want to reveal where you learned that information, and since I've already just straight up omitted it accidentally because I wasn't thinking, the money is actually going into somewhere in the area of Alamigo.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's not so surprising. Rowan, we need to work on figuring out your sources.
My source is a giant burning ball of gas in the sky that we see every day.
Right.
I have a time and place for hyperbole.
No. If only it were.
The dragon.
Were you talking to your baby daddy?
She only admitted that this morning. She only said straight.
Like that.
Yeah, so we put it like that, but she only admitted to that this morning. And I just didn't know that it.
You can never escape it. The sun is spying on you.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, god damn it. But yes, I'm sending money
Everything the light touches is in Rowan's domain.
Well,
But
time to go
yes,
underground.
I have been sending gift packages of money to within the area of Alamigo. To hopefully make life a bit easier on some relatives. They couldn't make it past the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. When you're running from ninjas, you don't exactly choose the smartest of paths sometimes.
It's definitely understandable wanting to help your family. I'm not faulting you for any of that. What I am faulting is a lack of trust. Because we need to know certain things like that.
Well,
Especially if we have invisible ninjas after us.
Well, let's be fair, the ninjas are a recent thing, and I was decently sure it wasn't going to be a problem, because, let's be honest, he probably looked a lot different from when I was young, my name's entirely different, and my 8th is probably screwed 7 days to Sunday after various things.
I could see that.
You also didn't hear from them from like. How old is Yezrin now?
It would. Well. If we're talking about I haven't really had to care about the ninjas, how long I've been really had to care about the ninjas, probably
Over
a
20
good-
years.
over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep. But see now here's the thing, and this is what you need to remember now, is that unfortunately our faces are everywhere, our names are everywhere.
Yes, that was. I know that. That's just. I'm surprised the fake name in having grown up didn't throw them off more.
Mm-mm.
But still, the abilities, the look, the fact that you're sending it to relatives of the person that escaped their clutches 20 years ago, it's kind of not hard to put one and one together and come out with two. And
Well, hey, the abilities. Oh, wait. Which abilities are you talking about? Because I think most of my abilities are
I
recent.
say abilities. I kind of just meant to say your ethnicity, your looks, your attributes is what I meant to say.
Although, fair point on sending it to relatives they may or may not have tracked down. But at the same time, well, no. No idea how reliable the postal service is sometimes.
Muggles are little
It's not.
sometimes. Just bribe the Muggles with a Koopa nut and they'll spill everything.
enemy of the Agents of Mayhem. The
Postal
Service. How could we have ever trusted Jesus? He worked for the mail.
Well, okay, you have a very fair point on the sending money thing, though. But, anyways, you were saying?
Yeah, it's just, I was waiting to have you come out and say it. I didn't really want to badger you into it. If we are going to go against and keep you safe and keep everybody safe, we need to have all the variables. We also need to know is, would they go so far as to injure those relatives of yours in Alamigo to get to you? Are you that high up on their list they would do something to that effect?
Us.
I don't know about that, although I gotta say, considering from what I know, they're more strong fighters, they might not want to step into Alamigo.
Considering
Yes.
their age, they can probably get around in Alamigo without anybody knowing they were there. Ninja.
Well, you do know who's in Alamigo, right?
Again, I'm falling back on their own abilities and saying, Ninja.
Rowan,
You're all just kind of scratches.
let's also make a point
Yeah.
that Yoma is also under the Empire's control. Do you think they wouldn't have Ninja?
I am just trying to make sure that we have everything out in the open. That is it. I
So
don't.
while we're on that subject, does anybody else have any group threatening crusades going on against them?
Not me, thank goodness.
That kind of scratches her cheek.
Back?
Oh, nothing, nearly as bad as all that.
Let's be out of it then.
The worst you might see is my father.
I'm not sure if that's worse or not.
I informed him that we were going to be at Aubernaeus if he felt like coming.
Okay, that's on you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, you guys probably know a bit more on Todd's father than me, because I'm not sure if she's talked about him much around me.
Don't you
Is that-
start deflecting.
No, I'm not deflecting. We're talking about group threatening crusades here.
Yeah, no, it's not group threatening at all.
Still, if your father does try anything,
Can I ask how much of a problem that is?
I haven't exactly talked to him really in a while.
and Arsalis,
I
quite a
honestly
number of other.
that much of a threat, considering she's the decapitator, and she could probably torch him into submission in a heartbeat. So
I'm
course,
pretty
anybody-
sure.
and but not that she would kill her father, but just saying.
Pretty sure if he tried to take her away while we're in the city, he'd get mobbed.
Yeah.
I don't think you get past Fiona.
He wouldn't get past Tart.
I did hear something at the spa.
Oh,
Well, there's some guardians in town, and well, the spa people were kind of surprised they were here. And I heard some really juicy gossip about illegitimate children, and they thought I was asleep.
well, relatively benign, all things considered.
So,
It's not that good for the Empire to be here. 28th is right outside.
if I could interject, when we went to Ishgard and we first put off, you guys probably can guess where I went, right?
I would be guessing you were looking for either your old girlfriend or your parents.
Right on the second account. Now, the only that happens are Dak and Rowan. So, for as much as I know, they're alive. They have been Ishgarding years, but they're alive. I believe they're out in the Asm Steppe, back in our homeland, and hearing Yedrin talk about possibly people from there being after him. I was planning to make a trip out there after the tournament. I asked Van Daniel before she left to find them. So, I hope we don't have anything big planned because I haven't seen them in years and I need to. Whether you all come out with me or not, it's up to you, but
Works.
yes.
Given the gravity of what you had experienced, no, never mind. You deserve to see family.
They don't know I'm alive.
Right, of course. Just, I'll do my best to keep an eye, no pun intended, on my senior dog. And if your presence is required, please make sure to come as quickly as we can call you.
Well, I know the tribe name. I have to teleport out to Kugane. So hopefully it shouldn't be a long trip, but they left not knowing if I was alive or not. And I feel like they deserve to know.
Of course. I won't stop you.
Well, I'd already promised you that I would go with you.
You did.
And I'm not backing down on that promise.
Of course, now I can introduce you as my girlfriend, but
Oh, yeah, no, let's not go there.
yeah. Okay. I'm going for a walk around town. Try to clear my head, get myself psyched up for the match. I will see you all at the arena.
Oh, I was gonna say before you do that, I think Awabi was trying to say something.
Hmm.
No.
I could have sworn I heard you trying to speak up earlier. Okay. Never mind, works.
Alright. Catch you guys later.
So works.
Yes.
Roll a perception.
Uh,
I am kidding.
okay.
Roll a will save.
Will save.
Nope, you have a pretty pleasant walk.
I was gonna say, please don't make me run into anyone.
Turns out you got a whole nother separate clan of ninjas after you for an entirely separate reason.
Who did I piss off? Rolls out a list. Where should we start?
Shit, no, it's like Work starts walking down the street. It's like turns around. Why are Warmlords following me? Why do I not recognize them? Why do they
Have
have
they been-
bags?
Have they made me their king?
Thump.
Let's
Subjects, bow
Drag.
before your master.
let's not get carried away now.
Stab, 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 stab. There's been a
I
brutal
think
stab.
there's less stabbing if they have a bag.
Why do they all
Just,
have bags full of...
Objects.
Why do all of them have bags? Why are they carrying soap and socks?
God.
Why does that one? Why does that one have a suspiciously red cloth?
Why does everything smell
Oh
like
god,
ether?
the old broom hella.
It's like walks up, puts cloth around the vest. What smells like chloroform?
Anyway, Ark, since once everyone disperses, can I roll a spellcraft on the thing following?
Sure. Oh,
Hey!
Nice.
congratulations on that. Well, one, you know it's flying naturally. Two, it's invisible. Three, you know it's an actual living creature of some variety.
Fairy.
Oh my gosh, the
Oh, that's
from
going
last
to be a
year.
fun confront.
Do what?
That's going to be a fun little confrontation. Just dimension door. Can I help you?
Gone.
Evidently not. And Fiona goes back inside.
Yeah, in the amount of time that it took you to cast Dimension Door, it cast Dimension Door and it's gone.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
By the aura on it, you recognize that it also had essentially all of the same spells that you had active on it as well.
Oh.
Oh boy. Doppelganger.
Plus haste, invisibility, Expeditious Retreat.
Yeet.
At least 7 different variants on Set and Return, if you know what I'm referring to there, Fionn.
Yeah.
And a Conceal Identity spell, which, even though you could see through its invisibility, you could not see its face.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
And above all else, a Conceal Alignment.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sadly, I am still 1 level too early for True Team. So I'll just have to try to talk to it another way.
Mm-hmm. Would anyone else like to do anything, or are you going to try to attempt doing something beyond?
Nah, she's done for now, unless it makes itself known. Yeah.
Rowan's gonna go take a bath, and this Rowan's gonna go to bed.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's
Dinner's
like
gonna
actually
have
fits
lunch and then
No,
take a nap.
no, Opera, no. Fighting is bad.
Opera's gonna have a little snack. No.
Lydia's gonna have lunch. No.
Here's that lunch, fairy.
Next time can be Team